Adrian, a million alumni at the University of Phoenix.
Wow.
That's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So, what were your takeaways in our conversation?
Well, first off, yeah, you forget how many people, the University of Phoenix impacts their lives. Because I've had people who've worked for me that I'm coached that have the University of Phoenix masters, et cetera. And you just don't realize how many families this university touches, as well as 80,000 employees. And so
Right.
I love this idea of, look, it's the whole person, it's health and wellness. And they've got real tools they're using that, they mentioned a few of them. We've heard about WellHub. Really a powerful tool to be able to really give employees the tools they need to get not only physically, well, but also mentally as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like the approach where it says, look, you do your regular stuff, your doctor's checkups and mental health check-ins and so on, that they create more space for the physical side.
Yeah,
And I know you mentioned WellHub. People might know them as GymPass, but this idea that, look, he talked about breaking down the barriers. There's no cost, there's no
yeah.
barrier. You belong to all these health clubs through Well Club or WellHub. Well Club, hey, maybe you should think about that. Gym Pass to WellHub, right? So you have no excuse. And I think when you break down those barriers, whether it's to talk to a counselor, whether it's to get your eyes checked or your teeth checked, and then say, and by the way, go to a gym and get somebody to work out with you. There's no barriers. It's all taken care of. Thought that was really an enlightened way of looking at it, right?
Yeah, giving people the tools. Yeah,
Yeah, and this
yeah,
idea that, look, you're spending one third of your life at work, and
yeah.
time wise it might be more like half, but that's only a third of your life, right? You've got your family, you've got all these other things that you do, and we want to invite the whole person to come to work. I thought that was just really lovely the way he said that.
Well, and let's too on set an example of a leader. I love this, just simple thing. Take 15, right?
Yeah,
But I mean, it sounds kind of, well, look, that's a no-brainer. You've got to put these rituals in place where as a boss, you say, guys, I'm going to take 15. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go do this, that, or the other. And that there's no judgment when somebody needs a little mental health break, whether it's a day, whether it's a week, whether it's 15 minutes, that we're all accepting of that.
exactly. I love when you can take the concept and just encapsulate it like that. Just take 15.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And by the way, he said, leaders and managers, you have to set the example. And then lastly, I love the way he said, it's all about taking it home. I mean, if you got all these good practices at work, encourage your family, encourage your kids and your neighbors and so on to do the same. I'm a huge fan of the ripple effect. And there's nothing that ripples better than personal examples, right? I'm going to
Yeah.
take 15. You should too. Well, those were
Yeah.
my takeaways, Adrian.
I
Anything?
think just the last one, he said, look, we got to learn from the younger generations instead of, and you and I, we do so many coaching sessions, we do so many speeches where leaders will say, hey, you need to tell these younger people they need to work like we work.
Right.
Well, what about learning and meeting maybe in the middle, changing things a little bit? It's okay. Just because I worked with a group of surgeons and they say, why can't they learn that look, you don't sleep for 4 days, that's just how you do it. It's like,
Yeah.
why? Because that's how we did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so can we meet in the middle? Can we learn from each other? Here's an organization that really is so I think that's terrific. One of the people I learned from, Chess, is our producer, Brent Klein.
Oh, geez, he's
Brilliant.
been a
Oh my
mentor of mine
gosh.
for forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely brilliant. He makes us sound good on these podcasts. Christy Lawrence, who helps us find amazing guests. And to all of you who listened in, we want to thank you. If you like the podcast, share it, download it. We'd also love you to visit thecultureworks.com. There's some free resources there, including lots of information about our best-selling book, Anxiety at Work.
Yeah, I love that you call out Brent Klein. To me, he's the Wayne Gretzky of podcast producers. There's no doubt
Or
about
the
it.
Guy Lafleur, either way.
Or the Guy Lafleur, yeah. For those of you that are hockey fans, that will be very meaningful. Everybody else is like, who the heck are those guys? Anyway, we love speaking to audiences around the world, whether it's virtually or in person. Please give us a call. We talk about resilience. We talk about teamwork, culture, gratitude. give us a call. We'd love to speak at your event. Well, Adrian, another wonderful guest, another wonderful podcast. Always fun to spend some time with you. And as always, I will give you the last word.
Until next time, everyone, thanks for joining us, and we wish you the best of mental health.